Broadcast is streaming, yeah. Okay, so there's my chat. Oh, did you get it? Like, cool. Ah, um, now where do I go? Just go to Chrome and go in my YouTube account, and so I can get, so I can see my own camera, or is there a way, like my own? Okay. I didn't know if OBS did that itself or not. Oh, oh God, I sound fucking retarded. So, oh God, it's so delayed. It's so delayed. Which, by the way, let me mute myself. I don't want to hear myself anymore. Just kidding. So, if I just start playing my game, will it just automatically work? Yeah. So, ad source. It's this one, yeah. Uh, game capture. So, ad. Can one of you please go to my YouTube and see if it will work? Thank you. Because it's an older game, so I can't like just get out of it without it. You know. Lavy Cat. If you can't see it that well, it's in my Discord. Okay. Totally. What? Shit, really? Okay, how do I fix that? Um, See, if I'm looking at the properties for game capture, it's showing the full thing. Alright, let me scroll down. Okay, sure. So shrink it. Uh, how do I, how do I shrink it down? By grabbing the corners, okay. And, okay. Why is it, do I have to do this every time I stream? Like, but it'll show like a black box right here, right? Wait, canvas. There we go. So, although it gave me that setting, it still tried to make it work. Like it was trying to work off my whole entire. Because I have a Samsung TV. That's how I'm streaming this. Because I don't have a monitor. And to be honest, I don't really care for one right now. As my TV is a easy 4K Samsung smart TV. So it's like I, yeah, I don't know. But let me test this now. You're still on it? Does that fix it all of it? Oh, really? It shouldn't be. So, is there no way to fix that? So that's just no, it kind of sucks. Will that be happening to all games, or do you think it'll only happen to the older games like this one? Because this was made in November in 2005, 2004. I would like to only be the old ones because I don't want to stream Call of Duty. I don't really care if that black bar is a little bit on the older games. I mean, I kind of do, but if it's on the newer games, that's the problem. I know. Yeah. Which I feel like there has to be a way to fix it because if I go to my OBS, right, it doesn't show that. Wait, actually, hold on. Oh, wait. No, it's still a little off. Okay, hold on. Scale to window. Okay. So canvas. Um, what if I do capture specific? Oh, but would that fix it though? I wonder. So if I go turn this back on, tell me when it pop. Tell me if it pops up. Okay. Just let me know if it. Yeah, no, it's still black. Huh. Wait, specific window. No, 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 no. Wait, okay. So we do it like that. I don't know why I have so much for fucking Spotify, but so okay, let's see. Because I didn't select anything for the window thing, so let's wait for a little bit and see if this pops up. Oh, did it fix it? Uh, hmm. Yeah. What if I do it widescreen? Now I'm just testing stuff at this point. I mean, it's good to test stuff though. So that didn't change anything. Yeah. Well, I also have to stream on my phone as well. So I still want you to do it since, you are outside of my stuff. Yeah. No, wait, that does change a little bit. It just makes the fucking ship. What the fuck? That does change it, but it's like it. Yeah. Okay. I have a feeling there's a way to fix it though. Hmm. I wish I can like freely change it because I could probably make the black bar just go like up. Yeah. Oh, now my. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Properties. But now it's okay. I fucked shit up again. Where's the stream at now? So I put it back to capture any full screen application. Now it just shows nothing. But why is it doing that to begin with? I wonder. Wait, now it's just not. It's just not popping up now. Oh, there we go. That's so weird. So I do want to go back to capturing full game, full screen. I'll just go back to this. The only reason I want to go back to that is because that was the default, and if the default is what's working the best anyway, don't change it. Does that make sense? So for that to work, so if it's doing this based, oh wait, no, I think I know how to fix this actually. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I actually know I might know how to make this work. 'Cause you know how it asked what's your configuration for the game, right? Remember that this is an older game. So it's only going to work based off its highest specs at the time. Because it's running off the data of the game, right? So if I can go and put it in the, where it's supposed to scale to my TV, that should make it work, right? Now I just have to figure out how to go back to that point. Which I don't know how to go to. Edit, transfer. Edit, transform. Bounds, crop. No. Okay, so go back to edit and then go back to transform, right? So edit transform, okay. I think I can. Wait. Okay, no, but that's not the right one. Look, 920 to 180. This is the. I don't think that's the right thing. True. But why is it? That's so weird. Huh. Well, I guess we copy this with my TV settings. I'm guessing, right? So we go to display, display. We go to display resolution, which is 3840 to 2160. So we change it to that, I guess. At this point, I'm just having fun fucking changing shit now. I'm actually having fun like experimenting. Is that weird? Can I just copy? No. Okay. 3840. But I'm lazy. Ah. 38. Was it 3840? Okay. 38 40 by what is it? 2160. What is it? Oh. Oh. So that's the so is it the bounds? Maybe it's the bounds we do. Oh, it was already automatically following my thing actually. So it has to be the bounds. Well, let's actually Yeah. Edit, transform, edit, transform. This fit. Oh, wait. Oh, it does. I had to probably. Okay. Edit, transform. Okay. But they didn't update it though. Crop probably. But the thing is, with the crop, I don't know what this all is. How do I might um wait hold on. This is weird. Hmm. So if the bounds is like that, don't I just grab this by the thing? Or no? Um. Okay, so if that's the case, I probably can just get out of this and just change it like this, huh? Then, okay, so what do I need to put in to fit it? I don't. Hmm. Oh. Oh, so I need to go down. Oh, you can't go down under 0, so I don't know how to like crop this where this will work. Um, true. So we probably want to make this go back to down to its regular size or crop it down. Yeah. So let's do this by scale to window. Uh, God, I'm gonna have to probably shut this stream off after this and then redo. Actually, no, I could just take out. I could just edit it, could I? So there we go. We'll go canvas. Yeah. I wish I could make this screen a little bit bigger so I can see the full bars. I hope that's the full bars. Hmm. Yeah, done. Let's do edit transfer and then we just crop out. So it's up and so it's top and bottom that we need to look up on. The thing is it gonna increase the size? That's the thing. I don't think that's doing anything. So maybe we do 200. No, that's doing that to the actual. That's doing that to the actual thing. It's not doing that to the black box. Hmm. Left and right. Yo, I'm just having fun now. What is this bullshit? Bro, this is not even learning how to stream. We figured out that shit already. Ez just straight up just learning how OBS fucking is. True. Although all I'm learning right now is fucking cropping is fucking useless. That's what I'm learning so far. So, okay, you know what? No, I feel like there has to be a way, because at the end of the day, it's just like how it is. That's for game capture, though. Hmm. Hmm. Silver doesn't isn't. We don't have money to spend on monitors. And depending, like, as long as it's not like not a 4K TV, most times than not, your TV will do. It won't be better, but it will be close. And for most games, that's all you're kind of asking for is to be as close as you can. I'll get a monitor at some point. I just don't want. I don't have enough room. I need to get a proper gaming desk first. Um, because how I have it is I'm using everything on my my desk, my desk right here that's in front of me. That's my mirror and stuff. That's what I'm using this on. I don't have any room for a monitor. Well, if I get rid of my laptop and put my laptop in my closet, maybe. But I'm not putting a fucking monitor on a fucking office desk. I'm not putting it on an office desk. It's gonna have a gaming desk. I have some. I have. I have some standards. I'm not a demon. I'm not a monster. I have some standards. Huh? Hello. It's because this was called the secret bread. We made this so we can get away from a certain someone named Dean. That's because I just randomly give people access to it. Really, I never really thought past that. Like, mind you, yeah, that's all it is. I mean, because you're an admin, you can see it, and you just gave yours. Really? Then how are you in here now? Yeah, then I did add you then. Oh, you're also an admin. I forgot about that. I just added rent. Huh? Cool. Oh, Opal, can I ask you a question? Do you stream using OBS by any chance? So, if you look at my stream, I've kind of gotten into a problem. So I have, you know how I'm playing my PC with my TV, right? Because I don't have a monitor. Well, now you know, right? Um, so I have this little black box I need to fit my whole stream in, right? But because I'm using the TV, the top and bottom side are black boxes, and I'm wondering if there's any way where I can, is there any way I can decrease the size where it will fit the whole thing without the black boxes on top and bottom? I just started learning how to do streaming, and Maria has been helping me a very lot actually. Huh? On my console, and it was just an easy just press two buttons stream. I didn't have to do any of this other extra settings and everything like that because the console does it for you pretty much. The only thing you have to do is sign in for the most part. What does that sound? I'm hearing someone like go like autistic and ADHD at the same time, messing with something. Someone's like eating their mic now. I'm going crazy. Now someone's like slowly breathing. I promise I'm hearing some shit. I swear to God, I'm hearing some shit. I promise. Oh, give me a second. Let me check. Okay. Yes, I'm looking at your screen. So you right click on the screen itself, transform, fit to screen. Stretch? Is that what you just did? Hold on. So you right clicked, right? Look at my stream real quick. Oh, here it is. Stretch. There we go. Now, hopefully it doesn't look too fucking bad for that. Hopefully. Well, yeah, but it's not on because I'm playing an older game, so everything in the game pauses, including the screen. So give me a second. Maria, are you still on the stream? Maria? Oh. You're having fun with it too, I'm guessing. Yeah. Pure ADHD and autistic moment. But Maria, are you still on the stream by any chance? How does it look now? It should be perfectly fine now. So I stretched it to fit it. That's what I had to do. And it doesn't look bad. Okay. I knew there was a way, though. I knew it, Batman. I knew it. You go have fun with it. Thank you for helping me, by the way, Maria, and thank you, Opal, for helping me as well. I'm saying thank you to Maria because Maria's been the main one to help me through all the other stuff, and you helped me by finding the solution for it. Which thank you both for helping me. Well, that's because like this is because the only other time I've actually touched OBS because remember the game capture card, right? I told you I got so I could stream my PS3 and my PS2 stuff. I only touched it once. I have. I've said it. Well, you weren't the only one in the party, so you may just didn't hear it. But I said it to like pretty much everyone. I sent images about it too, about how I have this. Yeah. Sure. So watch your stream with audio. So turn on my audio or your audio. Um, in my OBS, right? Oh. Okay. Ah! So I'm putting stream volume on 200. Shut up! I just don't understand this stuff. This is literally day one stuff, and I thought you were talking about OBS because we were been talking about for like the last hour has been OBS. Are you trying? So I can hear you. I can hear you, but even at the stream volume at 200, I can barely hear you. The fuck? Is that like I'm gonna have to? You know what? No, I'm keeping that in the stream. I'm keeping that in the stream. Fuck it, my stream's gonna be very fucking unique. Actually, I just realized that actually probably won't even show up on the streams. I have it specifically for game capture. Oh well. Probably. Didn't I? Wait. I remember making someone admin for my YouTube channel. Was it you that I made admin? What the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna stop watching before I hear something I'm gonna regret hearing. Sounds like you were throwing rope around. And I really want to find a multiplayer game someday. Ay, 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 ay. Blah, blah, blah. The belief. The belief. The autism ADHD is strong within this one. Is it? I'm confused on what's going on now. I'm confused on what's going on. Hey baby, do you want to watch my YouTube stream? Love you too. Hearing you say peak is one hell of a wake up call in my head right now. Fuck off! I'm not old. I am not old. I am gonna be turning 24 this month. That's not old. That's not old. No, it's not. No, it's not old. Baby, am I old? Baby. You're not saying anything. I wasn't getting used to the word peak. I just don't. I just don't. I just don't think I would have ever heard that come out of your mouth, Opal. No, peak. Fuck. You were a little shit. Bro, I, there, I, um, um, fuck off. Stop, stop being a bully. You're all bullies. You're all bullies. Oh God. Good. Well, at least it's better than you playing For Honor. It's better than you playing For Honor. So, no. Yeah. Yeah, in the campaign. Yeah. That's not a bug. That's just how the campaign's made, and that's because I can't, sadly, because I have my stream on now. So no, unfortunately, I would watch it if I wasn't streaming. Baby, what are you trying to figure out? What are you trying to figure out? What, baby? What are you trying to figure out? Oh, okay. Where is Solus Vaughn? Cool. Where is Lewis Vaughn? Or Solus Vaughn? Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Did you get on VRC, I'm guessing, to watch it, or? Oh, okay. Fair. No, okay, where is Solus Vaughn? Why is it so fucking far away? The f- I want to get Zero Company, the new Star Wars game that's coming out. I want to get the game just completely right now, because I just don't have enough money yet for it. Yeah, I heard about that. It's Hell Let Loose Vietnam, right? Yeah, the ratings for the game wasn't doing too good, right? If I'm correct. I think it's because they had time to fix some stuff up. Yeah. So I know actually how it works. It doesn't work like that necessarily. It works. It actually works only if you actually see the person. It doesn't do it if you're in a bush or if you're hiding and stuff like that. You actually have to have actual sight lines on them. Yeah, if you have deep sight lines with them, it should work like that. Because I've actually played Hell Let Loose, at least the first one, on console. Because I actually own it on console and stuff. So probably coding issue. Unfortunately, that's what it sounds like. Well, no, most games have assist anyway, because because the fact that with mouse and keyboard is you have your whole entire desk and your arm and everything to move. Well, with the controller, you have your analogs. There's some games where it's better on controller. No, there is streamers. Well, when you're used to something for so much longer, I mean, you're gonna get used to it. And for for me, I'm just too used to controller. I struggle. I actively struggle to to actually fucking deal with keyboard and mouse playing Minecraft. Like it just genuinely hurts my hand. Like it hurts my hand badly actually. That's why I don't really like playing on mouse and keyboard. Yeah, I mean you can if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend. No, so it's like moving with a WS and a D while also pressing like shift and all that. For some odd reason, my hand, and it's probably because I'm just not used to it, but my hand actually hurts like a bitch just to fucking move after a while. It takes literally like less than an hour for my hand to start. It feels like my bones hurt. That's what I'm trying to say. I, I'm gonna fucking kill you. This tombstone's gonna have the name Opal on it. Or William. Yeah, which by the way, don't worry, I'll be deleting my stream now after I'm done with my stream. I don't care. I have kind of a code of if I say someone's real name and shit, I'm still gonna shut down that stream regardless, unless I get specific permission. I don't care if no one watches it or not. I actually had a stream some time ago on one of my games where, although no one watched it, huh? They can't. No, I muted the whole entire thing, but I still said someone. I know. But still though, like I just have a code for that. That's just how I am. Get back in Halo. Get in your Halo seat now. Ew, disgusting. Man, I feel like Siege kind of got the Overwatch treatment a bit. I'll be honest. Like they tried to make a whole new thing with Rainbow Six Siege, and it just did not do well. I don't know. Siege. I said Overwatch. I'm not saying like it's like Overwatch. I'm saying like how it's done. Like you know how Overwatch 1 was at least somewhat decently regarded, and then Overwatch 2 came out, which wasn't even came out. It was the same thing, just with a little bit different stuff, and that was it. And they tried to shill it as brand new and stuff like that. Um, it's not when all the systems are the same thing, graphics are the same thing. They try to shill it as a brand new game, is what I'm trying to tell you, when it's not. Construct. I need to make structure based defenses. Everything is the same, besides adding a couple new characters, and that's actually it. They didn't add anything past that. There's been no graphical updates. Like, it still all looks the same, though. One of the major complaints for people is that it still looks the same to a majority of the people that play it. It's not much of an upgrade if it only changes like how it looks by just a little bit. Like at least when I played it, it didn't change at all. Like I saw no difference. No, I know that. And Overwatch is similar, actually. Similar age, if I remember correctly. Let me check. No, it is not. When did Overwatch come out? 2026. 2016. 2016. Yeah, for PC. Shush. It came out in 2016 for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Overwatch 2 is still the same game. It didn't change. It didn't have a new application. It didn't do anything different. Yeah, it changed in the worst way possible because people didn't like how the game was run after. They were trying to shill like it was a brand new game when it wasn't. But that's also because they actually managed it pretty well. Blizzard, there's a big difference between the team over at Ubisoft that actually care about the game somewhat. Because the people, usually the teams in Ubisoft actually care about the game. It's the fucking publisher that doesn't. It's the publisher that fucking doesn't, and the publisher usually dictates what funds go to what. So unfortunately for a lot of games under Ubisoft thing that doesn't get good updates and stuff, you can blame that on the publisher rather than the developer, because the developer quite literally can't like get paid enough to do it. And especially anything server related as well. Let's see if we can liberate this place. I want to get. If I can get Ord Montel, that'd be nice. And they have a hero on this planet. Let's just hope this hero is not a fucking like super ISD, or I'm fucked. Mhm. Mhm. Which the thing is with Rainbow Six Siege is I do like it, and I do appreciate the game a bit, especially for how long it's lasted, and it still does good on charts and stuff. But the problem is that like the game is not doing as well as it used to, which is fair because it's an older game anyway. So regardless of how it is, it's just as time goes on, the game's just not going to be as big anymore. But yeah, but I don't even mean in that. Oh, that's true. But that's not what I'm trying to like say either. It's just like even the updates when they update the game and stuff, people can basically complain that the game, the updates were supposed to make the game be better, but instead it made the game worse. That's what a lot of people think happened to the game. They. Oh yeah. Which I agree kind of with Minecraft because I actually really like old Minecraft. I want old Minecraft back. I like the classic. I want the Minecraft that when we got the tutorial maps. I want that back. Oh yeah. No, it was also on PS3, and it was also on. It was also no. PS3 and Xbox 360 had the same things. Side to side. Um, Also PC. Minecraft back in that day, PC also had those. Had it too. Minecraft on all platforms actually had the tutorial worlds and stuff like that. Xbox had a birthday, I think, tutorial world though, which was one of the differences because it's owned by Microsoft and stuff. But past that, all the tutorial like stuff and everything, like that came with it. Uh, no, you actually might be right about that one. I don't know then, because I know they had the birthday because it was when Minecraft turned a certain age or some shit, and at the time they made a like world just on that birthday. While PlayStation 3, what they got was I don't think they got a world, but they got the birthday pack skin. no, that would be around the same time when at least 3 or 4 updates more of tutorial worlds, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, then definitely, the tutorial worlds were still a thing, especially. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, they definitely would have owned, they would definitely would have saw the tutorial world. So yeah, no, by that point, yeah, because Minecraft for PS3 became a thing in 2009, and Xbox 360 around the similar age, if not maybe a little early, because both console versions of Minecraft came out very respectfully at around the same time. Not the same time though. I think one's at least a couple weeks older or younger, but that's just based off weeks. God, I remember why Thrawns. Why now I remember why I liked Thrawns Revenge so much too. Maybe how do you liking the stream so far? Oh, fair enough. Do you want to do anything today? Like you're joining the 643rd event, aren't you? Because I'm being a co-host today. Okay. But are we doing anything past that? Like can we cuddle maybe after? I would like that. If that's okay. Since I have to work tomorrow, I have to work tomorrow, and you most likely will have to work too. Yeah, so I would like to at least spend our only day off now, where we get to be together. I like to kind of spend that with quality time with you, if that's okay. You could be on desktop if you're too tired to be on VR, if that's what you want. Just let me know when you get the chance, okay? If you can't, then unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm just happy I've learned how to stream now. Again, thank you so much, Maria and Opal. Because uh, I didn't know she deafened herself. I'm guessing Loud and Maria might be on VRC now. I'm guessing. Oh, hope Maria's okay. Uh, I should probably heat something up uh for lunch now, huh? Haven't had any lunch, you know. Throw that away. Throw this away. I'm keeping the Red Dragon stickers because those are cool. Don't need the pamphlet for that. I know how to work a mouse. Throw this away. Uh, put this over here, I guess. Also, I am loving this new mouse so much freaking better. Like it is night and day how much better this mouse is. Night and day. Which reminds me, I don't have any land units really, but I'm gonna have to still try, and if I fail, I'll just have to save scum it, I guess. I need to make barracks. I need to make a barracks here. If I can get Ornamental and secure it too, that'd be nice. I think it should be game. put this on recruit because playing as the sub warlords are very fucking difficult. Especially playing as this warlord that I'm playing as, which is very, very difficult because it's not easy to deal with. If anything, it's probably one of the hardest things to deal with. Because you spawn on Mindor, which is right there in the middle of the core worlds, pretty much. This is expanding fronts. Oh, I get a Triumph Star Destroyer? Cool. But let's see if we can even get Ord Montel. I'm probably not going to win this, but never mind, I did win that. And because of that, I get a Imperial 1 Star Destroyer carrier variant, which is actually perfect. I'm gonna keep one of my units here. I'm actually gonna keep that guy here. This unit goes back here because I need to make a base. Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick because I need to go to the bathroom. Realized I'm gonna have to shut down the stream anyway because I have the Star Wars music going on right now, so I'm gonna have to do it anyway. So I also need to shave. I'll do that when I go take a shower tonight. I'm getting rid of my whole beard, and I'm gonna make sure it stays gone for a while, or at least do as I can. Myself, food. I don't feel. Okay. Um, cut this in the middle. What game are you playing? Ah. Hey, by the way, baby. Are you still gonna try the multi? Are you still gonna try the open beta? But for Modern Warfare 4. Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I want a shooter where I can actually just do 6v6, gunsmith, just 6v6 shooting. I miss my S&D, I miss my team deathmatch, and Battlefield 6 got rid of the rush and team deathmatch part, so. And as sad as it is, there's still no shooter game that does it as well and doesn't have as much of a community as Call of Duty does still. Battlefield 6 was the closest, and in my opinion, they fumbled it now. So. Black Ops is just in the shithole. More than half those games other than Halo doesn't get updated anymore, or have an actual active franchise that actually gets new games regularly. Yeah, but Counter-Strike is different still. Counter-Strike is still different. I want just one where it's based off reaction speed and where all that works. I feel like it's more accuracy though, because you have to do those headshots. Body shots don't really matter too much. You know, Counter-Strike still is different though. It feels different. I know. It still feels different though. Like, plus this is Modern Warfare. Most of the multiplayers for all the Modern Warfares have actually been pretty decent. Campaigns have been a different story, and its side options are kind of also a different story. But for the most part, the multiplayer has actually been fine. Literally, probably the lowest was Modern Warfare 3. And Modern Warfare 3, I actually like their gunsmith the best out of the 3 that came out. So. Oh, if the opening bait is shit, I'm not paying for it either. But if it's good, then it's good. They've done that for a couple years now. They've done it since Black Ops. They've done it since Black Ops 2. Wouldn't that have some legal implications though? If they allow it. And unfortunately, that's not up to. And unfortunately, that's not up to, you know, Bungie. That's up to Sony. Well, regardless if that's the case or not, the court case is much different than that. As sad as it is. They should, but fair enough. I mean, hey, if it's allowed, then it's allowed. What? Any news on it? Well, that's fine. I know some people who actually prefer Destiny 1 over Destiny 2. Plus, I think the console version of Destiny 1 is still a lot more supported than Destiny 2, actually, I think. If I remember correctly, Destiny 1 servers are actually still well within active reports for it. Yeah, but Destiny 1 has never lost a lot of people. Destiny 2 has. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, well, after Destiny 2 came out, but I mean, well, that's a little bit of a surprise with Destiny 1 at least. Every other game's like that. Anything that's AAA. Battlefield 6 was $70 for what Modern Warfare. On what parts? Because it depends on the parts they use it on. Because I don't care too much if it's on the store too much. Yeah, their market. Now, like, their whole time bread and butter. Yeah, then they're talking about their store. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about their store, which I don't care if that's what they want to use it for. As long as it doesn't affect the multiplayer campaign and all that shit. If it's just the cosmetics, I could give two shits. As long as it's grounded, that's all I care about. If they want to add a clown, I'm fine with that, but don't add no fucking space clown bullshit like they do in fucking Black Ops or Beavis the Butthead or any of that type of that shit. I want to see that. Yeah, that's all stuff that's managed by the market. Besides the environmental, which environment. The thing is it depends because technically we've always had that with how that works. The environment with the tools that we already have in the late 2000s. So it just depends. I don't agree with it either, but as long as it doesn't affect core gameplay, that's what I kind of care about. I don't. If it's for the market, then that's just how the market is, unfortunately. And as long as there's still a human touch to it, that's the other thing I do kind of care about. So, oh, you would see. Fair. Well, the thing is that because Black Ops 7 flopped the way it did, and Black Ops 6 didn't really fare too well, honestly. Um, I think they're starting to care more. I think their point is they're starting to actually put more heavy hands with Infinity Ward, which is a good thing. Well, yeah, but that's also because Black Ops 7 is just bad. The ratings are bad. It's one of the most. Well, no, it's not about fixing it. It's just a bad game in general. You can fix that You can fix Black Ops 7 all you want. It's bad from the core down, from the beginning to its core. It's just a bad game. Its campaign is cartoonish and Fortnite-ish. Its multiplayer is nowhere near where a lot of people thought, oh, this was going to be a remastered Black Ops fucking 2. It is fucking chunk. It's. Huh? They already did. I guess they're doing another, I guess, though. Oh, Battlefield 6. Never mind. Oh, yeah, they were promising that for a while now. Are they finally doing it now? God, what? It must be rights or something. Because they were promising that shit for a fucking while. What? That's not even a new system, though. That's been a system that's for in every other Battlefield. Even in Battlefield 2082. Or 2092, whatever it's called. But, that'd be fair, I guess. I think those departments might be separate though. I don't know anymore. Ever since Saudi Arabia took ownership for EA, it's been different. Really? Huh. Maybe I'm thinking of another Battlefield then. I don't know. But for other than Battlefield, that Battlefield, every other Battlefield did though. Even yeah, yeah, those. Oh no, Battlefield 5 also had it, did it not? Really? I swear to God, Battlefield 5 did. I swear to God, Battlefield 5 did. I swear to God, I remember singing something for that though. And I know the two games are still World War esque and stuff like that, but I don't. But there was still a major difference, because I think 1942 is an old fucking Battlefield too. Hmm. I do want to play the new Naval Warfare, but I'm not going on my PlayStation 5 to play it. I'd rather buy Battlefield 6 on my PC. Yeah. I'm gonna when I get the chance, I'll get the Phantom Edition for Battlefield 6 because I'd rather do it on my PC for much more bigger reasons. But it, you know, that's mainly because the only way to play is on my fucking PlayStation, and sadly, without an Ethernet connection, and even with it, my fucking it's so fucking laggy sometimes. The latency is shit, and I know it's not my internet. It's just the game is poorly optimized, worth for shit actually. Battlefield 6 is probably one of the worst optimized Battlefields actually. Because I've never had any issue with any of the other Battlefields. Battlefield 6 is the only one I have this issue with. And I've been playing Call of Duty, and that game's actually supposed to be worse, and I have no problems with that. So not just that, but it's I've been telling you this, right? But I've not been happy with Sony, so I don't want to deal with it anymore. Does that make sense? I would rather be playing it on my PC. I'd rather play Battlefield 6 on my PC because I don't want to deal with Sony anymore. The only thing that might suck is I don't know if I'll get my original EA account, which has my data. But if that's a sacrifice they'll have to make, then that's a sacrifice I'll make. I mean that literally, because I don't want to deal with Sony anymore. It's already bad enough. I occasionally have to pay over $30 or $40 just to continue being online for a console I don't play on anymore. Which, thank God, I actually turned off the auto renew. I think I will have to check it again. So I shouldn't do it anymore. I mean, they've been trying to fix it for a while, and I'm guessing they finally hit a breaking point. Oh yeah. Well, Steam's a little weird because they think that 40% is a mixed type of thing when it's a whole 10%. Overwatch has a humongous community still of players, and those reviews are also written at a time when the community was even bigger too. So I don't understand why they think a 40% or a 10% difference is a mixed difference when it's not. But I mean, hey, I'm not the one that fucking runs that shit. So if I remember correctly, it's some type of third party, isn't it? That no one's heard of. Oh no, Battle.net's their own software then. Battle.net's Blizzard's own software. Ugh. Yeah, sounds about right. Unfortunately. Yeah, that's usually how it is. Unfortunately, there is no good story with it. Unfortunately, and no, I know. I'm saying story as in just the experience with it, like with the whole entire situation with Battle.net and all that. And I've heard some rumors about Battle.net too, that it uses a lot of questionable shit. What? I I I mean that's cool, I guess. I haven't cared about Five Nights at Freddy's since Security Breach. I I'll look into it, I guess. I haven't really looked into Five Nights at Freddy's since Markiplier did Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I think the last time I ever watched anything Five Nights at Freddy's and cared about anything Five Nights at Freddy's was. Oh yeah, because he redid some of his challenges that people were questioning if he actually did legit or not, like Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2. Yeah. I hate when people like sit there like, so you do admit it. You do, motherfucker. Yeah. But I hate. Well, I mean, he still played the modded Five Nights at Freddy's, didn't he? Let me look at your stream. That's Vanny? I hope there's a story that makes sense for that, but that does not. That doesn't look. That looks like something straight up from fucking. I'm sorry, this is gonna sound mean. This straight up looks like something you would see on like Fortnite. The skin. I'm not saying style. I'm saying like you would expect to see that in Fortnite. I don't know. It just looks so different than the first one. Also, the mask has more like a Jolly Roger smile to it. Well, yeah, supposed to. Let me see. Yeah, but the first one, that's fair. But the first one is iconic though, and like okay, in Security Breach 1, right? Like even like after Security Breach, everyone knew who Vanny was just by that first one. That's what I meant by iconic. But the thing is, like with it as well, is that like Vanny, right? The first one, it was scary because here's the thing, it worked in Security Breach. I think, well, yeah, but the times you did, yeah, but the time that you, yeah, but when you did see her and stuff like that, which I didn't even realize that Loud and Maria left. Um, yeah. I'm guessing they went in their own little server or something to talk or something. I don't really care. DMs, I don't care. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, in Security Breach 1, her costume was scary because it worked it well in the atmosphere of Security Breach 1. But in Security Breach 2, people are also hoping that she takes more of a main role this time too, like she was kind of supposed to in the first one. So that might be pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a different. Eh, eh, fair enough, I guess. I just don't like this really skin suit type of thing. I like the more like kind of like shabbier fucking. Like I like the first one because like stitches and it has like the fucking fucked up look and everything. That's why I like the first one. Look at the one that apparently will be for in the second one. It looks like she has like a latex bodysuit. Yeah, that's what I don't like about it. I like the Five Nights at Freddy's creator like it'll probably make more sense once the game actually comes out and the style is different or something like that. But I like a suit that that's supposed to be like the first one is stitched up, it's heavily used, it's worn out. Like she's been doing this for a while, whether she was conscious of it or not, right? But it's based off look. Yeah, that's what I like about it. Like that's why I look at it. It looks shabby. It looks like it's like something that was put on something. Now the second one looks more futuristic and like takes bodysuit now. And again, it'll all depend on how the second one's gonna be played. Maybe it'll be like that VR Five Nights at Freddy's where a lot of glitches. Yeah, I don't really care if Five Nights at Freddy's is too much not too much, not is a little sexualized. Because I mean, yeah, it's not. But when you're a killer, I mean, there's multiple forms of how to get your like prey and stuff like that. In sexualizing stuff is one of the biggest things. I mean, you're a killer. Your whole entire objective is to get your target by every means necessary. In lore, Vanessa is theorized that she's brainwashed, or it's not actually. Yeah, but when you deal with her, she's like different. Yeah. I still gotta finish watching Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie. I've seen it, but it was when they were recording on the phone, and I don't think they finished it. Or I don't think they were able to finish it. Unless the end scene was supposed to be Vanessa just being controlled by Puppet, her standing at the doorway, and just cut out the black. That's the ending. It just cuts out the black, no credits. I watched the Popcorn Palace one when it came out somewhat recently. Yeah, not kind of came out. It was around the first month. Yeah. Well, this was before I knew that this stuff happened like that. That was before then. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, no, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 was like that for actually a long while, and the person actually stayed around. Well, mm. I mean, it became digitalized, but I watched it when they had only the phone version of that one too, and that one actually stayed until the end of the credits too. Like it finished the whole credits. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, but it's also probably because the person that did it for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 probably got caught, since you're not allowed to do that. It's actually very illegal to do that. Well, yeah, but they're still not allowed to do that. That's the thing. Regardless if it's from the projector or not. If the company finds out you've done that, first off, it's illegal. It's very illegal. Is because it is under the same act as pirating the software or the movie and stuff like that. That's why it's considered very illegal. So, and it's supposed to be in theaters only. So yeah. Well, they don't give a crap, and as sad as it is, a lot of people that work at theaters also don't look at it at the time because they don't get paid enough. Theaters are a dying thing, unfortunately. Someday, all theaters will be closed down. No, they're still pretty big, but they're still dying off, just like how malls are. Like they are gonna be a dying thing, sadly. We're in an age where a lot of the homemade media is now just fully on full quality, like good on a TV now instead of a theater. So a lot of people, especially when COVID happened, a lot of people were pretty much like, you know what, I don't want to deal with people anymore, which is fair and stuff like that. So, well, it's that, but it's also based off how many people actually go in to watch it. They need that money. That's actually why a lot of movies kind of cost a lot to watch now, because theaters are now having to kind of up their prices to, yeah. Well, it depends. It depends on what you're watching and stuff, and it's different. I don't. It's hard to explain. It's a business. It's a business thing. If you lose customers, right, that are paying you to watch the movie, right, and you're getting less customers, right, you have to up the price of the thing that you want to watch, so you can break up the gap of money you're not getting from the amount of customers that is paying. They don't do it too much because it's not supposed to be like that half the time, but it's up to the theater to up the price, regardless. Yeah, theaters are not dying as quick as malls, but they're still showing that they're not doing too hot, and it's even worse depending on what state you live in and where your air's at. Like, let me give you an example, Opal. We used to have four theaters, right? From my knowledge, one of them shut down due to compliance laws. Second one shut down for something I don't remember. There's only two theaters near where I live, and one of them is actually right close to where I work, which is the mall. I work at a food city, right? But there's a mall, the last mall we have too, by the way, since they shut the one that was closer to downtown, unfortunately. Um, Westtown Mall. That's what it's called, and that's the last mall we have in where I live at least. There's no more malls, and they've already shut down all the ones in Memphis. But then again, Memphis, Tennessee is basically a fucking ghost fucking city. People are fucking leaving that fucking city to rot. So, and Memphis, Tennessee. Well, yeah, no, that is one of the cases. But well, that's the thing is that none of these malls are next to each other. The one that shut down in my area was still far away from the Westtown one. The one that shut down was called Easttown Mall, or something like that. And but malls overall are shutting down because there's no need for them as much anymore. They used to be these things where you go to get the newest type of stuff now, but they can't do that not much anymore. It costs more money to keep upholding a business in a mall as well because the mall is taking a very deep cut because they kind of have to, or they risk of losing business. If the mall shuts down, guess what else? Guess what other things get shut down? Every other business in it. But if the business doesn't give enough money to the mall so it can, if the business doesn't get enough money to continue operations, then there will also be anything in the mall to do, unfortunately. And that's kind of what happened with East Town. East Town Mall just shut down because it just it cost more to operate it than actually anything else. And it just wasn't getting enough people because online stores is what's killing the malls. Why would you go to a mall if you can just go to Amazon and get anything you want, both cheaper and newer? You only go to a mall if you want the experience of a mall. That's all you do. Sometimes there is cool stuff. Well, that too. Actually, no, you can. It depends on no, yeah. Easttown, one of the last uh, Easttown Mall had a airsoft store in it. It was one of the last operation stores in the mall too, before the mall overall just shut down, and now it's just a graffitied up mess. And mind you, Easttown Mall wasn't just a oh, it's been closed down for 10 years. No, they closed down in like the last 4-ish years. Easttown was a recent shutdown. Well, I say recent, business sense recent. So, but like I said, malls are a dying era. It's a dying age, and theaters are going to be going pretty much with them. As a lot of the theaters that actually get a lot of money actually work from the mall. Most theaters, a lot of the big theaters no longer do as good. It's the ones that actually work inside of a mall because the mall is getting people. That's actually one of the biggest reasons why West Town has not been shut down, because that mall, that fucking theater is actually probably saving West Town actually a good bit, because it's not a big theater, but it's a good one. And I mean, for example, you know that new Spider-Man movie that came out? Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I want to, and I want to watch it at that mall. But they immediately already have all the new ones and got it all that. So I'm definitely gonna be watching the new Spider-Man movie when I get the chance and when I get the money and the time. I'll go over there and watch the movie. But huh? I want to do theater because I haven't done a theater in a while. The last time I done a theater was when I was uh 14, and we watched Top Gun. Actually, no, I was probably 16, somewhere around there. But we watched Top Gun when it was new in theaters. That was the last movie that me and my family ever went to go to a theaters for. The new one. Most Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, then that's the last time I watched it then. That was a different movie. Bitch. Goober. But yeah. I wish I actually had any of my real life friends again. I would love to go to the theaters with them. But I don't have any of those people left in my life, so I'll be watching in theater probably by myself, unfortunately. And I'm not really anywhere close with any of my work associates over at my work, other than probably one person, and that's Terrence, but he's already watched it. So, and really all the people there are just work associates to me. They're not friends or anything. They're chill people and they're nice, but the closest that's ever becoming a friend probably is Kat, and that's kind of it. So, but that's it. So, unfortunately, which of course, if I was living in Kentucky with James, I would immediately go to a theater with you, baby, and I'll be paying for the tickets. I'll pay for the tickets. You pay for the food. You're paying for everything, huh? But now, if we get to the age where any of us, which I'll probably be the last one to be able to do anything since cars is really hard to get, and I don't know what's gonna happen with my future. If any of y'all have the time or get to the point where y'all can even visit me, I would love to show you around Westtown Mall and places like that. My usual. No. I would show you McKay's, but that got fucking replaced by a fucking hotel, or will be in the future. So, and I still haven't figured out the whereabouts of the new McKay's that's gonna be put up. At least that's my assumption. And probably won't be for a long time. Figure out where that's gonna be. I just hope they don't fucking put it near downtown. We have a good freaking spot for an actual future place, and I know it's not McKay's usual area, but it would prove to be good business as it has a whole entire parking lot that doesn't get used, and it's right next to my work, and it's right next to a business center. It's right next to a food city, and there's actually two areas that McKay's can choose to, because we have a shutdown fucking um Juan Lee or something like that, which was it's a green company that did a lot of handcrafted shit, which that company has been shut down for God knows how long. And then we have a Bed Bath and Beyond building that's up to be sold and has been up there to be sold for a good couple of years now. So I'm kind of hoping, and I know it's a shot in the dark, but I'm kind of hoping McKay's does it because one, it would reinvigorate that area, bring in new business, and that whole entire store literally would give them more room than their whole building combined. As a Bed Bath & Beyond sector is a fucking huge one. Hell, they could even do it in the fucking broken down Jan Lee. Or Juan Lee or whatever it was called. Something with a J. But, yeah. Um, I'm spacing around my room like I'm trying to find something and I don't know what I'm trying to look for. Oh, no, I remember what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look for my insulin so I can do my shot. As my sugar's getting high and I'm about to do my fucking lunch. So, kinda need my insulin to live. Yeah, it's not. But, as sad as it is, well, it's that, but unfortunately, and here's the case. It's not even that. It should be on the parents' fault. Completely. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's entirely on the work people. They should have made it more secure. But it is also on the fault for not taking care of the child before he tried that and did that and succeeded. You said that the kid was able to get the Benadryl from a pharmacy, right? Oh, okay. I thought you said pharmacy or something. Never mind then. Yeah, that's still. Well, that sounds shady. Which which oh yeah. But that's also oh yeah. But that's also because we've yeah, but that's also because both parents and teachers alike have failed to teach children properly for years. No, I agree. No, I agree on that. No, it is also the te- there's al- it is also sometimes on the teacher's fault because let me let me let let me finish, please. So about that is sometimes because it's not all just about the school system too. There's some school systems where the teacher is allowed to do that. There's more school systems, believe it or not, that actually allow their teachers to do what they can. Unfortunately, not all teachers are equal in this stat, though. And there's a lot of teachers, especially nowadays, that's in the circulation that don't care about what their students do these days. As long as they pay attention to like one or two of their subjects that they're trying to teach, they don't care. They do not care if the student fails. They do not care if the student succeeds. And that is genuinely how it is, especially depending on the state. The worse that the state is in, the worse of the teacher, because teachers don't get paid enough. And sometimes it gets to the point of I'm not paid enough to care. And it's not just on the school system either though. The paid enough thing is the school system, but that's not on just the school system because the school system can't control the whole economy of a state. They distribute a lot of the money, so it is a bunch of their fault, but it's not just onto its own. It's complicated, it's stupid, and it's retarded. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. You see, with that too, is that yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But here's the thing: is that there has been also situations where that hasn't happened either, like where it's just the teacher just straight up doesn't care. Well, it's not just about getting fired; it's just the teacher doesn't care. The system actually lets them do something, and they just don't do it. It's like I said, it's a complicated matter. All school systems are different because they all run their own little districts. Not all school systems, which was what was the book? The Outsiders? Like, are you think this or because that doesn't sound right? Um, because the Outsiders. Yeah, that's one instance of the school system being wrong, but that's not again. That's not all school systems. Yeah, again, that is on. Yeah, and but the thing is, like I said, yeah, and the thing is, like I said, that is on the school system, but not all school systems are the same because unfortunately, I have been in, I have been the case of both sides. One school system, one on just the teacher being incompetent and being fucking retarded as fucking sin, and unfortunately, yeah, yeah, unfortunately, dumb, yeah. What's your Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, that's yeah. Some media, which I actually understand the school system on. Some media is just really dark. It does give you the history, it does actually teach you stuff, but it also some shit is just really fucking dark. Um, well, wait, what case are you talking about in this one? You don't mind me asking. That James said, or you said that he got fired over a book. Oh. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to make this point. I'm not trying to defend the school system. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Sounds about right. I'm just happy you're doing good in college. I did tell I well yeah, but I remember you just worrying about it every day, driving yourself insane, which I kept oh yeah, but I also had to keep telling you that you'll be fine. You just gotta believe in yourself, do proper study. But you passed. Where you kept worrying, yeah, barely, but you still passed. It doesn't matter if it's barely or not, you still passed. That's gonna show on your resume, and that's still a good thing. Because well, genuinely, you kept worrying about it, and I kept being there with you every single time about it, almost every time, and I kept telling you the same thing. There's no point in worrying about it too much. If you worry about it that much, you just have to work harder than others, and that's okay. Well, yeah, of course it will. But worrying about it will only make it worse for where to that point where it'll make it easier for you to fail. Well, yeah, because you get cocky. Well, yeah, but the thing is that in life you can't use that worry as a stepping stone for that. You have to take. Yeah, no, and you're not. Yeah, yeah, which is I understand. No, I would understand. But the thing is, you shouldn't be using worry to do that. That should be an automatic thing you should learn, though, Opal. You're in college now. You're not in high school where technically studying wasn't a thing you had to do all the time. I'm not telling you to have control. I'm not telling you to have control over. I'm telling you to literally not make worrying your only option for you to focus on studying. And don't tell me that's the only way for you to actually do that either. Yeah, but I'm saying that just overall. It doesn't matter if it's yes, I know. Yeah, I'm bad at math. I'm pretty sure the only reason I even succeeded in math was because my teacher let us through. And that's pretty much it. We still learned our things, but well, that and special needs. Hmm. Which again, was your career you trying to go into? Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Nice. Which is how much? Oh yeah. Well yeah, but that's also because you're part time. 15 is still 15 hours. You're still getting 15. You just said 15 though. That's still considered up to that. Anything close to 15 and up is what's considered. They just can't dip it lower than 14 for the most part. You're still getting. Mhm. Well, you're also where you're working at is also a place where I can see why they would put you as part time. Yeah, they wouldn't really put anyone part-time higher than that because part-time is not as a trusted job versus full-time. That's how fancy restaurants do. It's they have a name to uphold a lot of times. They'll get you to do what you need to do, and that's all it's gonna ever be. You want full-time, you're gonna have to show that they can trust you for it. Well, that's just how it is for them then. Oh yeah. Another thing, you also have to put yourself out there too, though. Like trusting yourself is a thing to understand about, but I mean, oh yeah, and that's fair. Know your limits. No, yeah, which is a good thing. Know your limits. Well, I mean that's just how it is. Once school fully sets in, I mean they might do something, but they might not either. Oh yeah, but they've probably also been working there longer than you have. Yeah, that's probably why. Hmm, fair enough. Infrastructure is fine. Yeah. So I guess the only way is this. Well, actually, if that helps with loyalty, I'm gonna actually put that up in mode Montel rather than my main planet, because my planet's gonna be morally fine anyway. I mean, hey, you still make more money and stuff like that for what I work for, and I work 5 more hours than you do. Actually, 10 more hours more, because I can get 25 hours to work done. There's a chance I'll be getting a pay raise though after I fully transfer over to UScan. But we'll have to see. But I mean, you make good money for what you do though, Opal. Opal, you still there? Okay. Just didn't hear. Just didn't hear you or anything. Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, you make good money for what you do. For what you do, especially as a dishwasher. If I try to work at a dishwasher over here where I live, I'd be surprised if I even get paid 12. But then again, our minimum wage here is pretty much lower because our tax rate is a lot lower as well. Well, used to. Um, if I remember correctly, which I'll search it up if I have to again, but it should be about 12 to 17, I believe. Let me check actually. No, let me check. You're still making more money than I am right now. I'm only making a flat 12. No, I'm getting 12. That's minimum wage. But let me check real quick. Because Tennessee's minimum wage has changed a bit now because the minimum wage for Tennessee was lower because the tax rate was lower. But now that we actually have a bit kind of a bigger tax rate now, that's no longer as something. So give me a second. 2026. So here it is. So Tennessee has no state minimum wage law and defaults to the federal rate of 7.25 per hour for most workers. Legislative proposals to raise the state or federal baseline have stalled, meaning the wage floor remains unchanged. So yeah, but I will say this: most jobs here, right, do not pay you 7.25 for minimum wage. For example, I work as a cashier, right? I get $12. I'm changing myself over to being full U scan, which I've been told that I should be getting a pay raise by my manager. Oh yeah, but that's also because of where you work. If where you work has a more of a tech not tips but not tech but tips foundation and stuff, you're gonna. Oh yeah, the only people that actually get better pay mostly is the people that don't get tips, like cookers and all that. The cooks, the washers, like you are, and such and such. Um, that's pretty good. But I mean, here, let me put you in perspective with this, right? You were making money more than Loud has, and Loud actually has, out of all three of us, has the bigger resume. Just so since he has cashier experience, customer experience, has experience as well as he has experience in something else, and I don't remember what it is. I think he has a cooking experience too. I think, but yet you were still making money more than he has, and he has a good at least a year or two above of what you have. So, but then again, Loud is just in bad jobs to begin with, though. As much as I love Loud and everything, it is kind of his fault too, though. I can tell from his area he has plenty of jobs to do. He just kind of doesn't choose the best ones to do. So, but I don't know. I don't know his full situation. I just only get a glimpse of it really so much. I love you, baby. Um, hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Oh, goodness gracious. I almost choked there. Oh. Let me drink some gamer subs. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Love you. I love you, son. Bing. God, I'm actually jumping up on that. That actually made me choke. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from eating for a little bit. Oh. I need planets like Bruntel for. I also need to develop on Ord Montel because Ord Montel actually has where I can make money. What you doing, baby? Hmm. So much tired today. So was tired today. Probably because makes I was being loud. Sorry. Hmm. What were you about to say, baby? Oh. Mwah. Baby, this mouse is so much fucking better. Holy shit. After this space fight that I'll do, I'm gonna probably start switching up my stuff a little bit and start cleaning my stuff out. Good thing is I did do a pretty good time vacuuming this time, so. Mwah. Yeah. You're still. Yeah. I hope we are you still doing the 643rd event? Plug up your stuff. Mwah. Streaming and playing Empire War. If you want to watch my stream, you can. Do you want to watch my stream? Okay. I'm also streaming it on YouTube. Did you ever subscribe to my YouTube channel by any chance? Are you enjoying the battle? Baby. Oh, okay. I don't know. You didn't tell me you were in the bathroom. I didn't hear you. I think your mic didn't catch it. I didn't hear that at all. I don't think your mic caught. I don't think your mic caught it. Have you been staying in your bed the whole entire time? Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah. Let me check on something. So I'm using the sub mod. So you know how I told you about Thrawns Revenge, right? Well, there's been a new sub mod that's been made for Thrawns Revenge, and it's been gaining popularity lately. But the sub mod actually adds unique units to all the warlords factions, while also keeping all the other like units that Thrawns Revenge does add. So like for example, you know the warlord I first played, right? The one that has fucking Napoleon basically as his fucking general. Remember that? Abyss Daddy? Remember Abyss Daddy? Taking over the galaxy? So now there's actually like there's actually like different ships that actually do the same thing like that his Star Destroyer does, right? And they actually have lore behind it too. So I have acclimators that has the same material type, right? Oh no. Okay, that scared me for a little bit. Uses the same material type as his Star Destroyer, right? And it actually tells you what material it is, what it like uses. So if you look at my stream, you see how this is black. So you actually get shadow ships now. They've also added some more units. So I actually have more ground units that are shadow-like. That is special to this warlord. For example, I have a Shadow Acclimator 1 cruiser carrier. And it actually explains to you. So it is a large transgalactic assault vessel that was secretly developed before the Clone Wars. While best known for carrying army groups, it is typically used as a carrier in naval duties. Carries enough turbolators to threaten other large ships, but it is not durable for the size. And this is where it gets the interesting part. Coated in black Stygian triprismatic polymer. This vessel was almost impossible to detect at sensor range and nearly nearly invisible to the naked eye in deep space. You know the ship that can go invisible because of the material? That's basically what this is, but an acclimator. Pretty cool, huh? And I'm pretty sure that's what this thing is, right, too. Customs light Corvette. Yep. Designed to infringe on Corellian market niches during the last decade of the Republic and famous for use with the Imperial Customs Office. This vessel is intended to dock with merchant freighters and transports to conduct routine system patrol and merchant vessel monitoring. It is not as durable as some purely military screening vessels, but it is fast and well armed enough to perform the role in fleet combat. Coated, and this is the same thing, right? Coated in black Stygian triprismatic polymer. This vessel was nearly invisible to the naked eye in deep space. And that's a special thing with this warlord, I think. Pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. And I know this is the sub mod because the original mod, right, doesn't have these units. You also have it for, you actually have it for ground units. You see this? Shadow TX-130 fighter tank company. Also, I just realized that the tank regiments and the unit regiments actually have their own cool little nickname. And I think I like this one. Can you read that? This is a 5th tank division or tank company. Can you read the nickname or what the company name is called? You want to say it? Okay, I'll read it. Doombringer Tank Regiment or Tank Regiment 5 or 5th Regiment. Doombringer Tank 5th Regiment. So, okay, so this one has a little bit different. So, coated in black Stygian prismatic polymer and fitted with a Stygian cloaking device, which allows it to hide from sensors of any kind. And you also have like special units as well. For example, this is a Shadow Evo Trooper, which look cool. Rare cross. So you know the Shadow Trooper, right? Shadow Stormtrooper. Well, this is an Evo. In the sub mod, I guess they've also expanded on the ground units. So now it's not just this; it actually has this, which I would love to see a Shadow Evo Trooper because I do actually like the I actually like the Imperial Evo Troopers. They actually look kind of cool. But Shadow Evo Trooper platoon. It's a commando, by the way. Rare cross combination of Shadow Stormtrooper and Evo Trooper concepts. Equipped with extremely expensive armor that incorporates a variety of support functions, they are impractical for mass deployment, used for heavy suppression duties and decapitation strikes. They are extremely effective against lightly armored targets. So they're basically like flanking units then. Like guerrilla tactics and stuff like that. They're perfect for like flanking and all that. Then you even have that for Shadow Scout Trooper platoon. Rare cross combination of Shadow Stormtrooper and Scout Trooper concepts. Shadow Scout Troopers are Cronell's hand-picked scout operatives and are tasked with covert operations such as reconnaissance, sabotage, and assassinations. Equipped with highly lightweight yet durable cloaking armor that allows these Shadow Scout Troopers to get around and unnoticed and reposition more effectively. Used for ranged engagement and swift strikes. They're extremely effective against lightly armored targets. How do you like that? I love, like I said, I love the whole entire aspect of Cronell, which you know who Cronell is, right? Shadow Daddy, right here. Cronell, also known by his codename Black Hole, the mysterious director of Imperial Intelligence, was exiled during the Galactic Civil War. His use of the dark side extends his life at the cost of his sanity. And I love his name for his Star Destroyer. You want to know what? You want to know what his name for his Star Destroyer, which is an ISD-1? So his ISD-1, by the way, is just like the Acclimator, is his special type of Star Destroyer, right? Which is the black one that can cloak. But his warship is called the Singularity, which I think is a badass name. And also, if you look at him, look at what he looks like in the picture. And mind you, right? Mind you, right? He was exiled during the Galactic Civil War, meaning the Empire exiled him. Do you understand the levels of how bad his sanity is for him to be exiled by the Empire? You know what that means, right? That he was exiled by Palpatine himself. That whatever Coronel is, terrified Palpatine. I guess, because he's exiled or something. He must have done something. I have to read up on Coronel. Coronel seems like such a cool character. Actually, if you want, I might change this whole entire stream into a reading thing. Should I? Like, are you curious about learning about Coronel? God dang it. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck you. Fuck you everything. Fuck you. Fuck you, wucky, wucky, long time, long time. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Well, I go back to work tomorrow. I actually can't wait to get my paycheck next week because I'm thinking about putting all my $200 right into my savings, so I automatically already have enough for my PC. And then, because I want to save up, I want to start saving up for my. I'm not saving up for my birthday, as I don't need to, right? But I want to save up for Christmas. Oh, which baby? What do you want for Christmas? Oh. Huh? I hope you pay one of your bills. I'll pay one of your bills then. Would that be a good Christmas present? Paying off one of your bills? You let me know in the future then, okay? Who knows? Maybe I'll buy you a whole entire one of your favorite things, like that you're a fan of. Maybe get you a figurine if you want. Or I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You just have to let me know. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm gonna start throwing away. I'm gonna start organizing my stuff a little bit more now, okay? And I'm thinking about just getting my laptop in my closet. To be honest, guys, it's not like I'm gonna use my laptop anyway. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Babe. I fixed up my room a bit. Love you too. There we go. I cleaned up the fridge a little bit as well. I cleaned up the fridge a little bit. Okay, it does kind of feel nice that my room's a little cleaned up at least. What time is it? It is 4:18. Wow. Where, Paul? Hmm. I mean, that'll have to be after I'm done streaming. What do you say that? Hmm. I think Fallout New London is actually its separate thing to start. I think I've heard it's that since it's a whole entire thing. So yeah, it runs off the same system, but I think it has its own start thing. You might need to watch a YouTube video to fully see how it works. Fish, fish. Something smells fishy here. Fish, 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 fish. I told Cloaker that I love him as a brother and stuff like that. And immediately said, "Dude, I'm not dead. I'm just in a different state. Or I'm going to a different state." And I'm just like, "I know. I just wanted to say it to you." I don't remember. Remember he said he moved over to LA for a little bit, and then he was gonna go back to his home state or something like that. I don't remember. Just a little. You sure about that, baby? Hey, I didn't say it. You said it. Don't blame me. Hey, you're the one that said it. If you don't want me to agree with you, I mean, I love you. You're a goober. You're a bit of a stupid goober sometimes, but you're a goober, and I love you. You know, the fact that I'm saying this while I'm on stream, by the way, is crazy. And I'm considering just keeping the stream. Should I just say fuck it and just keep the stream up? Oh, if my mom ever watches my stream, I know she is gonna say what, and I think that's when I'll just say it. I love you. Wow. I'm gonna make some. Oh yeah, what's this mission about? Get 2x mobile command-based companies. I can probably do that. I mean, it's one of the planets I want to liberate anyway. And then I also want to get Bruntel and Fringilla, and then at some point, Coruscant. Coruscant is a long mission for me, so let's first work on our economy, because we gotta work on that first. Neglecting the economy is like neglecting my duty, and I can't do that. Oh, super easy. Need to get some more reinforces. Oh, oh, I got paid. Hmm. Mhm. Oh, alright. How long is my stream been on? I like the sounds in Thrawn's Revenge. Like, can you hear like the rumbling inside of ships that are breaking apart? I like Thrawn's Revenge sound design. Now, of course, it's not better than I think. Like, what do you think is better, baby? Empire Wars remakes, like space sounds, or Empire War remakes? I think I like Empire War remakes a lot better. I like Empire War remakes weapon sounds a lot better. But I like the destruction that's in Empire War Thrawn's Revenge. Do you think you agree with that? Like, cause I like Empire War remakes when it comes to the turbo laser, cause you can actually hear the thoom that a turbo laser makes. You know what I mean? And it sounds fucking. It sounds like fucking like. It sounds so cool. It sounds creepy, cause you hear the thoom of the turbo laser. And Star Wars, right? You have to understand, like, of course, we're used to the turbo lasers, right? Because we're in Star Wars communities, right? But you have to understand by the aspect of other factions, right? The turbo laser was the most scary sound you could ever think of in the world. Because you knew that the turbo laser was shooting at something. And it was terrifying. You know what I mean? Especially because a turbo laser, especially if it was a turbo laser battery, fucking shook the earth that you were under. And stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because a battery platform of a turbo laser is fucking huge. Like, it was huge. No. If I don't want no boobs. Why? I don't want to be booped. I want to be. I want to be patted on the head. Give me pats. Why? I want pats. Wait, what planet do they want me to expand to? I'm actually. I am not expanding to Audemars. No. I'm more focused on actually getting a proper trade route between my planets. I'm not going to fucking Adamar, especially if my reward is scout trooper platoons. I would agree with that if there was my own scouts. You know what I mean? Like Cornell's hand-picked scouts, you know? But normal scout platoons? Fuck no. That ain't worth it. Especially if it's an independent planet. I mean, the forces on the planet will actually be stronger and stuff like that. Fuck no. The fuck? Why would I ever do that? Like, you got me on some fucking high type of bullshit, aren't you? Got me on that high bullshit. Which I actually, what is this? So it's a corporation. Obviously, I'm still gonna put it down because you know it gives me influence, and influence is what I like. Influence and infrastructure is what I want. But I'm curious. So this is Aerotech Corporation. Oh yeah, no, this is the fucking company that makes like the the 74Z speeder bike scout and the like Swift 3 repulsor sleds, like those fucking weird repulsors that have the two fucking like chain guns and shit. Aerotech is the company. Aerotech Corporation is the company that actually makes that. They're the company that actually performs the task to distribute that machinery and stuff. They're the company that also makes all like the support equipment as well, or makes a lot of the support equipment for the Empire and like the New Republic and stuff. Aerotech Corporation is a pretty small company, right? But it's big because of all like okay, for example, the med gun, right? Aerotech makes that if I'm remembering correctly. Any support, like a lot of the support equipment is made by Aerotech. It's pretty cool actually. It's a pretty cool company. I think they have their own little lore as well. And they're a subsidiary of the Kuwait Corporation as well, if I remember correctly. So they're pretty cool. I kind of forgot about Aerotech because a lot of their technology that they're kind of known for kind of gets lost to the Aeons after the New Republic became in power and stuff like that. I think Aerotech transferred from because a lot of the equipment they were making at the time when the New Republic took over was outdated now. For example, the repulsor, uh, the repulsor, um, fucking vehicle, right? That was pretty much destroyed. They were making some new stuff. They continued making speeder bikes though. The speeder bikes were still known as being one of the best speeder bikes in the galaxy. So there you go, some corporation fact for you, baby. It's a small type of thing too. I just didn't know that the Aerotech Corporation. I didn't know their home planet was Carita or Caretta. You know that the big city planet that's next to Kuwait. I didn't know that that's actually where that corporation was founded. Actually, I thought it was where's the planet? I thought it was fucking Bruntel. That's where the company was. I know there's a corporation I think under Bruntel though. I just don't remember what it was. But we'll get to know it once because I plan to take what I plan to do is I'm gonna take Bruntel, right? As I've taken the space over already. I'm gonna take that, and then when I get the chance, and there's an enemy fleet that's trying to take Ord Montel, I need to stop them. Ah, damn it. I can fight some of the forces. It's not a big fleet by any chance, but it's enough to take out the space station here. Unfortunately. Nice. And the thing is, I don't even have a fucking shipyard over this station because I don't have enough money to put out down a foundation on this. So I'm just gonna have to fucking auto resolve and hope that auto resolving kills at least some of the support fleet. If I can, I'm gonna try to see if I can take out their support fleet, but they're gonna most likely try to retreat before I can do anything to them. So, did I take any of them down? I did not. Damn it. I can't let them take Ord Montel. Not easily, at least, because Ord Montel has some good. It's one of the worlds that I'm making money on. One of the few. But I'm not even gonna get the chance because the fucking AI does this way too fucking quick. Ugh. Okay, let's start selling some of these buildings so I can get some of my money back. So we'll sell the infrastructure first, and we'll sell this. Then we'll retreat the forces, because I'm not losing a fucking hero on this planet, respectfully. I'm not gonna lose a hero. Especially not my Napoleon. I'm not losing him, respectfully. No. We're all gonna come right here. Or we're all gonna go right here. What ability you have again? Fanaticalism. Oh yeah, I forgot. Fucking Cornell's like fucking sub-faction is basically a fucking cult. Because Cornell is a fucking basically void Sith demon thing. And of course, you can't have a Sith void demon thing, as your leader without it being a cult. So forgot about that. Cool little factoid about that, I guess, right? Come on, take the fucking capture point first, please. Good. Let's get the fuck off Ord Montel. I'll come back and take back Ord Montel myself soon enough. Worst part about it is that, come on, retreat. I don't want to lose. And I lost one of my mobile fucking command base companies. That's fucking retarded. I didn't lose all of them, which is good, but it's annoying that I even lost one of them. Thing is that like I'm not making enough money where I can steadily produce like an income where I can build up forces again for my space units or ground units for that fact, and I'm trying to get back my infrastructure because right now I'm dealing with I'm basically dealing with where the fact everything is costing like double now because infrastructure in Thrawns Revenge is a system and if you don't have enough infrastructure, a lot of your shit actually costs more and stuff, economy and all that. So, well, I also need to balance. The influence part is not too hard to deal with though, as long as you have one of the buildings on it and everything, one of the influence buildings and stuff, you'll be fine for the most part. Please choose to fight me. Yes, please choose to fight me. Thank you. If I can get rid of this fucking fleet, at least it's one of their annoying fleets that's out of the way. And I know what faction is trying to kill me too. It's one of the fucking little bitch main warlords that's trying to take me. I think it's fucking Zarin or not Zarin's Empire. It's Zinj's. Remember Zinj? The warlord that uses pirates and stuff. It's the fat warlord and everything. Yeah, it's that motherfucker that's fighting me right now. Which is a bit of a problem, because you remember what I told you about how strong Zinj is, right? He might not have the strongest fleets, but you know what his most strength is, right? Economy. In pirates. He's not made to have big, strong fleets a lot of times until later down the game. His whole entire thing is basically, I can outpay you in every end of the way, and even if you defeat my fleet, I'll have another big fleet on the way. That's the whole entire aspect of Zinj. That's why Zinj is one of the biggest, like, out of the Zinj's, like, empire, right? Like, the ones that you see, like, when you see the warlords fight each other, right? Like, Greater Maldrude, Penastar Alignment, Zinj. Zinj is actually usually one of the factions that come out on top. Like, if you leave them alone and you let the AI fight each other, right? Zinj is... It's either the Penastar Alignment or Zinj that usually wins the whole upper galaxy. And usually Zinj, right? Which is the, you know, tannish color. And then you have the Penastar Alignment, right? These two factions are usually the ones that fight each other. Greater Maldrude fights, which they're down here. They're the dark, they're the bright red. You remember what I'm talking about? The very bright red. And then you got Aradu Authority. Usually, out of all the warlords, the weakest is Greater Maldrude. Because Greater Maldrude, right? Greater Maldrude is a fun faction to play. But the reason why Greater Maldrude doesn't do too well is because Greater Maldrude is basically positioned between the Hutts, Zinj's Empire, and basically the corporate authority right up here. And because of that, well, they're also fighting against the Hapes. And the only reason why the Greater Maldrude is so badly unlocked like this is because the Hapes is one of the most aggressive factions in the game. Like, the Hapes straight up try to attack the Empire and Greater Maldrude. The Hutts are not as aggressive, but they're just as aggressive too a little bit. Right? Where the corporate is, if you look where I'm, like, seeing, right? This is the corporate authority. You can kind of see where they would have to fight the Greater Maldrude, right? Because, although Zinj has Elam, Deservo, and stuff like that, Zinj doesn't have a stronghold here. But the faction that does is Greater Maldrude. Does that make sense? So, basically, Greater Maldrude is one of the weakest warlords. Not because it can't be good, but because, unfortunately, it's surrounded by the most aggressive fucking sub-units, sub-warlords and everything, and factions. And is basically forced to fight the corporate sector authority and the Hutts, because the Hutts pretty much go one direction, which is through the Greater Maldrude. The other reason why Greater Maldrude is also one of the weakest warlords is because, although he is a very fun faction, Greater Maldrude is not one of those factions that you play as a main empire. Believe it or not, Greater Maldrude is a kind of a surprising faction. You wanna know why? Greater Maldrude actually focuses on carrier support and support ships. So, Greater Maldrude, so every warlord has their special, like, ship. Greater Maldrude has basically a very, like, Star Destroyer class type carrier that's made for Greater Maldrude, that also is outfitted with repairs. So Greater Maldrude is basically the warlord, right? That their ships are made to basically heal each other and be carriers. Make sense? Well, Zinj is basically money, 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 money. Basically, Zinj is literally Mr. Krabs. Money! With a bit of piracy. Penastar alignment is the closest to the basically empires you can kind of get, right? As they follow more of the Grand Moff Doctrine. So heavier ship combat and stuff like that. While Aradu Authority is similar to Penastar alignment, but with more carrier focused, like the Greater Meldrude. If that makes sense. So overall, on all the planets that the factions start with, right? Greater Madrid also is the weakest on that, as a lot of their worlds, for example, let me see, I can find one of their worlds. One of their basically main corporation worlds where they can make capital ships is surrounded, and I'm trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. You see Hakasi? That's their capital ship production. And while other warlords have their capital ship production in their territory, you see where I'm saying, right? You see what's wrong? It's surrounded. They have no trade route with their main area. And to basically get through it, they have to go through Corellia, Talis and Tralis, Talicia, Cominor, the whole Hape space through the Roku depot, Kashyyyk, just to get connected to Goria. Just connect their two territories. Well, Aradu Authority, which if you want to know what their color for Aradu Authority is, their color is this. This is the color for Aradu Authority. Aradu Authority is also a very interesting faction, because while Greater Maldrude, Zinj, and Penastar alignment kind of start up the outer rim to the core section, Aradu actually starts in the bottom area in Aradu, right? Aradu Authority, remember when I talked to you about the Outer Rim Republic, right? If it became an empire, its most actual thing that it would be an Radu Authority, because the Radu Authority is actually the most out of all the factions, right? They're the most kind of put together in the Outer Rim, as they don't really have a authority in the core worlds like the other three do. They have the foundation, which is Aradu, around this whole section. Also, I think Aradu doesn't start with a tier 3. I don't think they start with a tier 3 station. But one of the things that Aradu does have, look at what they can get. You see what I'm talking about? Yep. All they have to do is take over Solus, and they have a heavy shipyard that is easy protected, because all you basically have to do as Aradu is make sure mainly this planet, and this planet is protected. If anything, probably skip this, right? Take over this and get Vangdul. And then make Vangdul a bastion. And the reason why Vangdul would do good, although it only holds a level 1 shipyard, right? The reason is because it would be a cheap defense area that can actually fend off frigate fleets. Make sense? And as long as you have Vangdul, you basically keep the Empire from taking Solus the easy way out. The only other way that the Empire can go through is if they go through Chardal, which is owned by the New Republic. Which Chardal is a level 3. And the Aradu Authority doesn't need to take over Chardar just yet, as the Empire can deal with it. And Chardal actually has a fleet over it. It's also one of the main areas where the New Republic actually has their foundations. So, out of all the warlord factions, it would be a mix between Penastar alignment or Aradu Authority that has the easier start. Because Zenja's empire is a very strong empire, right? But you have to work on your economy. So start game for Zinj is pretty weak, if that makes sense. But if you let Zinj basically get in the mid game, you can kind of see where that will go. Immediately, so many fleets that are weak, right? But just enough to take out your stations. And even if you take out one, guess what comes after? Another fleet, another fleet, another fleet. So, you see why I like Thrawns Revenge so much? New Republic is also pretty strong in this, but they're not as strong as other mods in. The huts are pretty. The huts are interesting to say the least. I would say pretty much every faction in this game can become the strongest pretty easily. Like I said, the only the only faction that is difficult to really play as and win is Greater Maldrude. And that's because you're kind of fucked. Spawn point area, your major shipyard is literally surrounded by enemies. And the only way you can get through is going through literally two whole factions. You have to go through the whole entire Corellian rebellion force and the Hape sector just to connect your freaking shipyard to the rest of the friendly territory. And that's only if you don't lose the sector completely. Because mind you, right, the Empire owns Roche asteroids. The Empire, like all of this right here, no, Zenja's Empire owns Roche asteroids, right, and stuff like that. So playing as Greater Madrid is fucking tough. But from what I've been told, Greater Madrid is one of the most fun factions in the game because it is challenging, right? But it's also just how Greater Madrid plays. Greater Madrid does not play like an empire. He plays more like a rebellion focused empire, actually. And I actually have to read up on Greater Madrid a little bit more. They're also one of the only warlords that does get they actually subjugated to Pinasar alignment, if I remember correctly, to live. Because I think in lore, they also were kind of fucked in lore because of where they were. You know what I mean? So they were one of the first warlords to subjugate into basically. They were one of the first warlords to actually be subjugated and be fully consumed by one of the other warlords because he basically serves as a stepping stone for one of the other warlords, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame because Greater Madrid actually is a fucking cool he's a very cool concept. Because Greater Madrid, they're like monarchy. First off, Greater Maldrud's a monarchy from what I remember. The Maldrud is the name of the royalty that is owned by the warlord. Because the Madrud family, I believe, is royalty. So that actually automatically sets the Greater Maldrud differently. Where the Empire is a full dictatorship, right? The Greater Maldrud is a royalty empire. That actually, from what I remember, actually treats its subjects pretty well, actually, surprisingly, for an empire, for a warlord, actually. Which is surprising, you know? It is basically said that out of all the warlords, that basically Greater Maldrud is one of the more friendly, Greater Maldrud is one of the more human warlords, if that makes sense. And I think it's because Maldrud, or whoever owns the faction, right, has kind of a tough history, as I think the royalty family almost went extinct in the Clone Wars. And because the royalty was almost extinct in the Clone Wars, I think, if I remember correctly, that's why it is what it is, you know? So, which is pretty cool. And I need to read up on it again. It's been a while since I've actually done any reading on Greater Maldrud or any of the warlords. Out of all the warlords that I've really kind of read up on and done some research on, Greater Maldrud is probably the one I haven't done that much on, unfortunately. So, also, holy shit, I might have to kind of just sacrifice one of these planets at this point. This infrastructure is killing me. I can't do anything with infrastructure if it's going to cost me double the economy. and I'm only making well a little bit over 1,000 and less than 1,000 because my ship requires upkeep. Oh. And then you got all the sub warlords that all have their interesting story, like Cronell, which I absolutely love. Baby, I really think you would love to learn about the Imperial like warlord era because believe it or no, I know that, but like believe it or not, you know how like the Clone Wars is only the tipping of the iceberg, right? The Imperial Warlord era is where the meat and bones is actually. If Disney can get their stick out of their ass, the Warlord era is the era that actually has so much into it. I think there's even a warlord. I think there's even a warlord around here that actually uses clone technology still. Believe it or not. Like he, what? Okay. Okay. So what do I need to make? Naval Academy. Shiku's. I'm sorry. I'm sharing. I'm sorry. Oh. I need to. I need to make it out of freaking academy on here, but it's 10K. Holy shit. That's my dream. Then call me hopeless. Um, let's might as well start attacking the planets around us and start taking down their infrastructure around these space stations, cause I want to make sure that that they will attack Code Montel. Because out of all these planets, even to Bellbring, because I won't be able to function with Bellbring anytime soon, unfortunately. Um, cool. Which would be on Karita, which I get 2 victory 1s, which I like, and I'm actually gonna keep those 2 ships around there. Well, I'm gonna load that back. Oh, game crashed. Oh well.